goodness. Woo! Scared myself there for a second. Oh my God. No, normally I come in with a full beat, a full face, honey, but today is a different day. I usually walk in and have you fooled, bamboozled, hoodwinked, Max Neve completely catfished. What's up, my good people? It is your ebony goddess, Tiffany D. Tiffany D in the place to be. Tiffany D in the place to be. Tiffany D in a place to be. And welcome to my YouTube channel.
Yes! Yes, doggos! Hey, mama!
So today, as you can see, she's bare, she's fresh faced, she's fully undone. And that is because today we are primarily focusing on skin, honey. Yes, yup. I get so many questions on how to put on a base. I'm talking foundation, I'm talking concealer, we're gonna do bronzer, contour. I'm going to tell you everything I know on how you can get a flawless base. So if you'd like to see that, then just keep on watching. Okay, you are zoomed in close. You are all up in here. You can see my thoughts, my feelings. Okay, so the most important thing when doing your base is skincare. Your base is only going to be as good as the skin that's underneath it. So the number one most important step in your makeup routine is your skin. Your skin, sis. Your skin. Okay, skin is super important. As you can see, I don't have the best skin. I have discoloration and dark marks from acne. Child, I turned 30 years old and had a whole bunch of acne just pop right up on my face. I don't understand it. I went through adolescence part 2. I don't understand it, but it was there, and so now the bumps are gone, but I still have the discoloration from it. So I'm a work in progress as well. My skin is not the best, but it's still super important. I try to take care of it the best that I can. I'm trying a couple of different face skin products just to see what works for my skin. When I get that down pack, I will definitely do a skincare routine for you guys so that we can learn together. And I kind of like the fact that I'm starting this journey with you all with my skin like this, because we can grow together, learn together. You can see what makeup is actually going to look like on a face that's not completely perfect and flawless. And we can also learn together how to make our skin better. It's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. We're all a work in progress. Nobody's perfect, okay? Except for you chicks with the perfect skin, okay? Nobody asked you, Georgina. Anyway. First thing I do after I cleanse my face, deep cleanse my face, is moisturize. And the current moisturizer that I'm using, you guys have seen this in my last couple of videos, is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. I keep saying that I'm not seeing where the magic is happening, but I'm gonna keep using it because I paid for it. So you want to get yourself a nice moisturizer and get one that works well for your face. Even if you have oily skin, you still need a moisturizer. Preferably a moisturizer with an SPF in it. If you don't have a moisturizer with the SPF in it, then get a separate moisturizer. Well, not moisturizer, Tiffany, okay? Get a separate SPF. Come on, sis. And don't forget your neck. Don't forget your neck, baby. Your neck will tell your age just like your hands will, sis. So moisturize that neck. And I like to press it into the skin. I kind of go a little bit OD on the moisturizer, especially on the perimeter of my face, because the perimeter of my face is mad dry, son. Mad dry, B. Moisturize down. Next thing I'm going to do is go into an eye cream. For eye cream today, I'm using the Ola Hendrix Banana Bright Eye Cream. And this is just to make me look like I'm awake, just to make me look like I got 20 hours of sleep. Okay. Which I absolutely didn't. And for your eye creams, you want to take your ring finger. Your ring finger is the softest and most delicate finger on your hand. And since your under eye is a very delicate spot, it's like the most sensitive spot on your face, you definitely want to use soft pressure. So you just dab it on there. And your under eye is really important as far as bags are concerned. So you don't really want to wipe under there hard. You want to be gentle. You want to take your time, honey. You want to press and pat it in delicately with a light touch all around that eye area. Especially if you have dark bags under there, definitely get an eye cream. I'm not saying you have to get this eye cream, but get a good eye cream. And make sure you research the ingredients of the things that you're putting on your face. It's very important. I repeat, I am not a cosmetologist. I am not an esthetician, okay? Do your research.
Do it! Just do it!
What works for me may not work for you, may not work for the next girl, may not work for him, her, and her. So therefore, you need to do your due diligence and research what you put on your face before you put it on there. Because what you're not gonna do, what we're not gonna have, how this is not gonna go down, is you blaming me for an allergic reaction on your skin because Tiffany said use no. I didn't. I said do your research, okay? All right, that's what I said. Now that we look like we had 62 cups of coffee, we're gonna go into primer. And for primer, my go-to is the Tatcha Silk Canvas primer. This primer is so dope. She's so bomb. She's so dope. She's so bomb. So dope. And what I'm gonna do is focus that right in here on my T-zone. I feel like a lot of what you do for prepping your face, you definitely want to pat in to get it in there. Pat and press, pat and press. A little bit of swiping is good as long as it's not under your under eye. It's okay. But for the most part, you definitely want to press it in. Another primer I like is my NARS Pour and Shine Primer. And I wear this when I do photo shoots, when I know I'm going to be working, doing interviews like at nighttime or in a place that's, I'm going to get hot, because this controls shine and I get very shiny in my T-zone. So I'm just going to apply this to the T-zone, nose, chin. And this will keep you as matte as can be. The primer that you choose is important for the longevity of your skin. A lot of people don't believe in primer. I know I said that before, but I believe in primer just because I'm someone who has oily skin and who does get laugh lines. And I find that when I don't prime at all or I just use moisturizer, my makeup doesn't last as long. So in my humble opinion, I believe in primer. So I use primer, okay? All right, okay. Now that we got that situated. Okay, so after I use my primer, I go in with my little laugh line trick, and that's the MAC Paint Pot. You don't have to do this. You can skip this step if you don't get laugh lines, but if you do get laugh lines, I suggest you try this step because it has helped me a lot. Today I'm gonna take a brush to apply it. It's the Morphe E8 brush, and I'm just gonna dip into Groundwork and Painterly, mix them both together, and dab it on my laugh lines. I'm smiling so I can see where they're at. Okay, so once you place that on, just take a little bit of setting powder. I'm using my Sacha Buttercup setting powder, and I'm taking this much, and I'm gonna set that just to keep it in place, especially since I'm talking. And it's okay to use a smidget of powder underneath your foundation. It actually helps the longevity of your foundation. I do this when I use a illuminating foundation like the Anastasia Beverly Hills, or if I use one that's not super matte like my Too Faced Born This Way. I'll put a little bit of powder underneath it to help it sit right, sit tight. I don't tend to use it under my matte foundations because I find that it makes me look just too cakey, and we don't want to cake and bake. We don't want to cake and bake, honey. So after I set this in place, I'm going to color correct. Now, color correcting is optional. Even if you have dark marks, you don't have to do it. You just can wear a very full coverage foundation. You should be okay. I find that when I color correct, I can use less product to cover up my dark marks. I do have some discoloration here under the eye. These little things that just popped up out of nowhere, and on my chin especially. And since my chin tends to gray a little bit after I put foundation on, it just tends to get gray. I really don't understand why it does that. I don't know why it does that. I'm confused as to why it does that. I put color corrector on to help it not do that. Okay, we don't want it to turn. It's not 50 shades of gray in here. Thank you. Now the color corrector I use from the hair store. It's from the hair store. It's from the hair store. It's from the hair store. And it's my LA Pro Girl. What is this? LA. Please hold. Okay, well, that happened. It is my LA Pro Conceal Orange Color Corrector. Orange cancels out dark. So I just put a little bit on my dark marks. And then I just blend that out. And what I do, instead of swiping it, I press it with the brush, as you can see. Just pressing. Press lightly under the eye. Okay, now that all that's on there, I'm gonna go do my brows off camera, and then I'll be back to put on our base. Okay, brows on, ponytail snatched, edges laid. Okay, let's get into this skin. Yes. Now I done done my brows off camera twice, and you guys want to see how I do my brows. I will do a dedicated video so that you can see how to do your brows, how to snatch them, archification. That video is going to be coming. That's not today. Today's video, however, is going to be about this skin. So let's get into it. The most important thing, and I cannot stress this enough, when putting your base on besides skincare, are the tools you use, baby girl, baby boys. Please use clean tools. Listen, they don't have to be expensive brushes. They don't have to be expensive sponges. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is make sure that what you are using is clean. And don't clock me, Richard. I understand that my Laura Mercier puff is dirty and I use it on my face. We're not talking about me. Why do y'all always try to make stuff about me? It's not about me. It's about you and how you don't need to be using dirty tools and what have you. Stop making this a tit for tat. It's not a tit for tat. Another thing that's very important is finding a foundation that works for your skin. If you have dry skin, then you may want to stay away from mattifying foundations. If you have super oily skin, you may want to stay away from illuminating foundations. Me, I love the Cover FX Power Play foundation, and it's like a matte, semi-matte-ish. It's not super matte, but it's not illuminating either. So it works for my skin because I'm dry around the perimeter and I'm oily in my T-zone, and that's called combination skin. It is a little bit pricey, but I am going to be doing a full face of drugstore products, and I'll show you a really good drugstore foundation as well, because this is 48 US American dollars, or 42 or 40 something, I don't know, but it's expensive. And also coloring. You want to pick the right color foundation for your skin. I swear, if I keep seeing these cats, if I see you, Marsha, with a white cast around your face and your neck is brown, I'm gonna clock you. I'm gonna clock you, because at this juncture, at this point, there's so many makeup tutorials that you can use to try to help you color match, and also, there are people in store who can help you color match. Now, I will say that when you go to a place like Ulta or Sephora to get color matched, go outside. Look at your skin in the natural light, because them lights in Sephora and Ulta though, they be trying to play you. They be really trying to play you. No, but they be trying to play you. They do. Because in store, it looks like it matches and you be looking beat and flawless, like, oh, I'm about to go snag me a zaddy. But then when you get outside, you look casket ready. Well, we don't want that, okay? We don't want that kind of life. So make sure you have the proper color for your skin. I'm gonna go into the shade N80. I find that the best way to apply it to have your face look beat and not cakey is to not apply a lot. I put a little bit on the back of my hand. I take a brush. Sometimes I use a sponge. It just really depends on how I'm feeling for the day. Today I'm just going to use my Real Techniques brush because it's the one that's clean, and I just dab into it with the brush and just dab it on the face. I apply it first where I feel like I need it the most, and then I build off of that. I don't really worry too much about my under eye area. Like, I may apply some under there, whatever's left over I'll blend up, but I don't go out of my way to place foundation under my under eye, and I'll tell you why. Because your under eye is going to have concealer on it. It's going to have powder on it. If you use a Studio Fix powder or a pressed powder under there, sometimes I do that as well, and then go in with a setting powder. It just makes it look mad cakey. It look mad cakey, son. And we don't want that kind of life. We don't want that kind of life. And for the love of God, Rose, if you don't blend your foundation into your neck, unsubscribe. Unsubscribe at this point. If you don't blend your foundation to your neck, get off my channel right now. I don't even want you here. Why are you here? Wait, no, hold on. Listen, I'm so sorry. I apologize. Don't unsubscribe, okay? Matter of fact, just subscribe, okay? Join the family. It's a lit time. We're fun. We learn things. We talk shit. And we come together as one. Don't take everything I say so literally. I mean, don't be so sensitive, all right? But blend down, though. But you better blend down. And I'm like stamping and swiping, stamping and swiping. I'm not dragging the product. I'm just doing light little stamp swipe. I'm not pressing hard. It looks like you're pouncing hard, but really in all actuality, reality, and factuality, it's really not hard. I find that the lighter you press, the easier things blend out, and that's with eyeshadow too. And when I apply foundation to my forehead, I put the teeniest bit up there, the teeniest bit, because it's just like the under eye. A lot of product goes up there. You get highlight up there, contour goes up there, and you just don't want a whole bunch of product up there. So really, I focus this on the perimeter and sort of the center of my face. Your nose too. Don't put a lot of product on your nose. Matter of fact, just don't put a lot of product, okay? Don't put a lot of product. And you want to really work that in. Makeup takes time. Makeup takes time. If you want a flawless application, you got to take the time to blend properly. Okay, all right, okay. Next thing we go into is concealer. Now, concealer can mess you up. Concealer can mess you up. It can mess you up. It can mess you up. It can mess you up. If you don't pick the right color concealer. I am so tired of seeing white eyeballs underneath. I'm tired of it. Throw it away. Throw the whole face away. Throw the whole face away. Throw the whole face away. Pick the right concealer color. Not all concealers are created equal. Not all colors of concealers work for everybody's skin tone. It's just like foundation. You have to pick the right concealer that has the right undertone. There are olive undertones, there are peach undertones, there are red undertones, there are golden undertones, there are neutral undertones. You name it! You have to pick the undertone that best suits your face, and sometimes this is trial and error. Sometimes you have to try concealer and have it look a hot mess for you to understand, oh, maybe peachy concealers don't look right. Oh, maybe I should have a golden concealer. You have to have the right concealer for your skin tone. I'm not gonna keep saying it. The concealer that I like, and is actually a really good concealer, there's a ton of concealers that I love, but I really love the ColourPop concealer. This is the No Filter concealer, and I use shade medium 36. And then on top of it, you guys know I like to brighten a little bit. I go in with dark 32, medium dark 32. And you don't want to go 5, 6, 7 shades lighter than your skin tone. You want to go maybe 2 shades lighter than your skin tone. And then if you want like a little pop of brightness just right here, you can go another shade up just to brighten. But don't use that bright color all under your eye because it looks Why is under your eye white? It doesn't look cute. Placement is everything. I have a wide face. If I take my concealer all the way out here, it's just going to make my face look wider. If you have a narrow face, a smaller face, you may want to take your concealer a little bit further out because it will give you a little bit more of a wider look. Light colors Lightening things like concealers and stuff make things look bigger. Contour, dark colors make things look smaller. So we don't want a wide face when we already have a wide face. I start right here, right in that corner, and I just drag it to right there. I don't need it any further. I don't need it to go all the way here. I just need the center of my face to be bright. And you also don't want to take it too low. You take it lower, your face looks longer. Shorter, it'll keep your face a little bit compact. I already have a long face, I already have a big head, I already have a wide head, I already have a big head, I already have a wide face, big head, long one, wide face. So I'm going to do what I can to minimize that. And also when you're placing the concealer, you don't have to be rough. This is your under eye. Take care of it. Another thing I like to do, because my nose, humongous.
I don't have a big nose, I have a small nose. No, the fuck I don't know what y'all talking about.
And I like for her to look snatched. So another thing I like to do is just apply some of this concealer to the side of the nose. And this will make the appearance that my eye goes further, like the under eye goes further over here, and less wideness of the nose. I love my nose, but she big. She big. Oh, she big. She big. I put a little bit down here just for brightening of the center, and some right here. I put some here as well, but when I put it here, I don't extend it all the way up. I put it right between the eyes. Some people do the big, I don't do that. For my facial structure and my humble opinion, it just looks weird. I like more contour on my forehead than I do, because I got a 6 head. I got a 7 head, 8, 9, 10 head. Yeah, she's smart. She's smart, that's what it is. She's smart. She's brilliant, so she's got a big head. I mean, what do you want me to do about it? What do you want me to do about it? It is what it is, what it is, what it is, what it is. And so I'm gonna take that lighter shade. I'm going to put a dollop, not a lot, a dollop right here. That's it, just for brightening purposes. Now, ColourPop concealers do dry down pretty quickly, so you don't need to leave them sitting for a long George Washington amount of time, okay? You just don't. Because then when they dry down too much, then they won't be movable. You want them to be somewhat dried down for them to be opaque and for them to have full coverage under the eye, but you don't want them to sit too long to where they don't move and then they won't blend out. If at any time you get a phone call and you want to phone with your man, boo loving, and your concealer sits too long, take a spray. I love the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. You can use this before, during, after your makeup application, and the mist is so fine. And it will reinvigorate the product on your face so that it can blend out. So while my concealer is sitting, I like to go into contour. So I'm gonna go into my Black Opal foundation stick. Now, contouring is super important. Your contour shade and where you place your contour is important. Your contour, I feel like, is what shapes your face. You wanna get a shade that complements your skin. Now, there's cool tone and there's warm tone. I like a warm tone that is not too warm to the point of where it's red, but that's not too cool tone to the point of where it's gray. There's a fine line. It's very fine. I like to go in with Beautifully Bronzed by Black Opal. It's a foundation stick. You can use foundation stick. You can use concealer. There's actual contour sticks. Honestly, anything that's darker, you can use as a contour. So make sure you get one that complements your skin. And it's all about what the undertone of your skin is. Placement is also something that's important. If you place the line down for your contour, it'll make your face longer. If you place the line across, it kind of shrinks your face a little bit. For me, I have a long face, so I like to shorten it a little bit, so I put my concealer straight across. Just like that. And then up here, I push the product up a little bit. Not down here, because when I go to blend it out, it'll blend right up into my highlight and it'll overtake my highlight too much. Here, it'll allow it to continue up here for contouring this area. And I kind of like when my contour is kind of like skinny and then gets a little bit bigger, because I feel like it makes my face look more narrow. And then I just do the same on the other side. I put a little bit under my lip. It makes my lip look more pouty underneath. It'll give me the... And why y'all don't be telling me my lips be looking dry while I be doing my videos? I be editing like, girl, your lips is crackling and hackling, look like dinosaur scales. Y'all don't be telling me. Oh well, because it's probably gonna look like that in every single video. Oh well, judge your mother. I also apply contour down here, right on this jawline. It just gives you a chiseled look. And then I also put some up here. I also use the same color for my nose. And I like to bring my contour all the way up to my brow. It gives you a natural, more natural but unnatural looking kind of nose. We want her to be cinched. We want her to be MJ in the building. However, we need her to still look natural. We need her to come up to the brow. All right, and to blend my contour out, I'm going into my R10 by Morphe, and I'm patting that to blend it out. Be careful them baby hairs, honey. Watch them baby hairs, baby. And as you can see, when I'm blending out, I'm just pressing in, but I'm not going down. I'm not swirling, I'm not swiping like this. I'm pressing in, and I'm not going below this line. Don't forget under your lip. I have forgotten under my lip plenty of times. Be looking like a snack, caked up and baked up. And then you got a dookie line underneath your lip. Nasty. Okay, when you do the top of your head, move that headband off the baby hairs and blend into your hairline. I do not want to see no lines of demarcation in your hairline, whether you wear your own hair out or a wig. Blend into your hairline, please, and thank you. And just take your time, take your time. Take your time to properly blend everything out. For my nose, I like to take the tiny little Real Technique sponge and blend my nose contour out with that. And blend that right into the brow. Okay, I'm just going to refresh so that I can blend out this concealer, honey. She coming together, she coming together, she coming together, she coming together. Now, sometimes I like to blend my concealer out with a sponge. Sometimes I like to use a brush. So today I'm going to use my Morphe E20 brush, and I'm actually going to spray it a little bit, and I'm going to work from the bottom up. So I'm going to start here and just pat. That's the theme. Just pat, 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 lightly. I like to go back and forth to make sure that they're both equally blended out. When you blend out your forehead, make sure you blend out over top of that front part of the brow so that it looks seamless. So I'm going to take the excess of what I blended on my forehead and blend that down my nose. Looks a little bit more natural when I do it like that than versus putting the stripe down my nose. This is something recent I've been doing, and I kind of like the way that it looks better because it doesn't look so much like a landing strip on my nose. Now, as you can see, I left some of this concealer up there, and that's because I want to go in with a different brush, my Real Techniques Insta Pop Cheek Blush. This is for cheek, but I like to use it for the under eye. Spray it a little bit, air it off a smidge, and just go in there and press. And today, since I don't have any kind of shadow on, I'm going to take this concealer into my eye as well. Look up and you just stamp it in. Don't swipe. Then what I like to do after I've blended all of that out is go back in with my contour and join these two colors together. Join these two colors together, honey, and holy matrimony. We don't want no harsh lines. Blend as long as you need to. Blend it till your hand falls off. Blend it till your hand falls off, okay? Okay, now that we are looking bright, tight. Whoa! Now we go into my favorite part. Today, I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm not gonna go into my MAC. I do that for special occasions. I go into my MAC press powder and I put that under the eye to give me some more pizzazz, some more plow, some more blicky 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 plow. So today I'm just going to go in with my regular setting powder. I'm going in with my Sacha Buttercup powder and my Dermablend powder. Illuminating powder, okay? This is illuminating banana powder. The reason why I love these two powders, especially together, they the MVP together, is because the banana, the Sacha Buttercup powder, gives me that golden, she gives me that golden underneath the eye, and I love it. And the Dermablend is just that chick. She is just that shorty. Got a little excited. It gives you this nice, beautiful radiance, but it sets for a long time. Anybody knows that Dermablend powders last. You use the Dermablend powder to set, she's not going nowhere. She's caked and baked. She's going to stay on all night. You're gonna party. You're gonna be kissing your man in his face, and your makeup is gonna be staying put. It's gonna be staying put. It's not gonna go anywhere because the Dermablend got you. Now I like to set my under eye with a powder puff. Yup, she's dirty. She's dirty. She's dirty. I don't care. I know what I said in the beginning of this video. You don't need to remind me, Victoria. I heard what I said. I was there when I said it. However, comma, backspace, however, I'm using this powder puff because I don't like to use anything else. Sometimes I will use a damp sponge to press the powder in, but to apply the powder initially, I like to use my powder puff. So I just dip into both powders and shake off the excess. Take whatever you use to blend under, make sure all the creases are out, and then go right in to the powder. And press it in. Put some down the center, on the top, everywhere you put concealer. You might want to look up when you do this. That way you can get it all the way in there and it gets all your wrinkles. Well, your creases, okay? There's a difference between creasing and wrinkling, okay? Don't clock me, okay? And then I like to press them into my laugh lines. And you press that in. Press it in, press it in. Now that we are looking ghostly white, bronzing, oh, 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 bronzing, whoa, whoa, whoa. Let me get situated for this because this is real. This is real. Let me get situated. You want to make sure that you pick the right shade of bronzer for your skin. If you pick something that's too cool tone, you're gonna look like you have gray shit on your face. I'm sorry, I said it. Somebody had to tell you. Somebody had to tell you that you was using the wrong bronzer shade. Peaches, someone had to tell you. Well, I'm here to tell you. And the last thing you wanna do is get a bronzer that's too warm and that'll have you looking orange or red. We are not trying to do no Oompa Loompa vibes up in this juncture in life. We're not doing it. I'm tired of seeing y'all chicks being orange. I'm going into the Morphe bronzer. This is the Bronzer in the shade Vlogger. And also, this is a good bronzer from Morphe. This is the Glamour Bronze in Megastar. I'm just going to use a mixture of the two of them together on my Morphe 527 brush. That is dirty. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yup. We're not going to keep having the same conversation, okay, about you telling me what to do on my channel. We're not going to keep talking about it. So I start here. And what the bronzer does is it warms your face up. The contour is supposed to chisel you out and the bronzer is supposed to warm you up. I like to tap right over it and a little bit above to add the warmth back up here, because the contour is really just right here. When you bronze, you go over the contour, but you go a little bit up as well. It helps it blend, and it also warms up your entire face. When I bronze my forehead, I like to swipe down. I start at the top and I swipe down. I'm like pat, swipe, kind of. Pat, swipe, pat, swipe. It's like a flicking, actually. It's not really a swiping. It's like a flicking. Then I do my nose. Now for my nose contour, I'm only going to dip into this one because it's a little bit lighter, a little bit less boom. And I'm going to take that on my Morphe M139 brush, and then I just brush it over. I like to take it up into the brow and up into the eye. What I'm going to do after that is spray my face. All that powder. And now I can push the powder in. I would use a sponge for this, but all my sponges are dirty, so I'm going to go to my Mercier and just push that excess powder in along with the setting spray. Okay, and just to re-snatch the nose, I just added a little bit of powder on the sides of the nose just to give it that little chiseled look. We'll sit that there for a second. Okay, so now we're going to do a little bit of snatching, a little bit of reverse contour. You take a little bit of your setting powder and you put it right here. You find the line and you just go and sweep it right there. And depending on how natural or how snatched you want it is dependent upon how much powder you put there. So if you want it more snatched, add more powder. I'm gonna leave it like that because today I want a more natural look, and then I'm just gonna set the rest of my face with that MAC Skin Finish. And I take the MAC Skin Finish and use it as sort of a blender between the contour, the highlight, just a little bit there, dust off that bake. Spray it up. I'm telling you, when you spray it down, honey, it melts all that powder into the skin. Whew, makes it look a little bit more skin-like, even though we know we done piled it on. We piled it on. We piled it on. What do you want me to do about it? It's piled. It's there. So while that dries down a little bit more, I'm going to go ahead and pop on a lash, put on some mascara, and then I will be back for the rest of the face. Okay, we're back. We're fluttering. The next step is blush. Blush is important if you didn't notice from my other videos on how I over blush. I over blush. I know that. I understand that. And I'm never going to change it. It is what it is. Blush is something that's really important too. It can make or break a look. You can either look like a clown, that I'll be looking like all the time, or it can give you a nice beautiful flush of color, put a little bit of color back into your cheeks. There are natural blushes out there. There are natural blushes out there. There are natural blushes out there. I just don't know her. Oranges look best, honey. They make me look youthful, as if I don't already look like I'm 12 in the face. 32 in the waist, but we're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that right now. So for blush today, I'm going in with the NARS Orgasm X blush. This is beautiful. It's nice and rich, honey. It's nice and deep, baby. Love it. You don't want a brush that's too dense, that's going to pack on too much product. You want a nice fluffy brush. This is the Real Techniques. It's a blush brush. Literally it just says blush brush. So when you put the brush on, it disperses the product more beautifully. So for blush, you just want to tap in, because these are pigmented. These are pigmented. Okay, slow down. Either way, I'm going to pack it on, so it doesn't even matter. And you want to aim for the apples of your cheeks. Nice, beautiful flush of color. So when you smile, them cheeks, And then you take it up into your contour. You blend it up into your contour. That's what I like to do. A lot of people don't like to put it on the apples of their cheeks. They just like to put it up here in their contour. And to each his own. Blush is something that you can do however you want, put wherever you want. It's your face, it's your life, it's your, okay? You've got to be the one to walk around looking like this. And I have no problem or qualms about walking around looking like a clown. I don't have a problem with it. So I pack it on. Yes, yes, yes. And I like to put it on my nose. I like to look like I have the flu, okay? Robitussin? Never heard of her. I'm a blush bitch. I keep trying to tell y'all I'm a blush bitch. I am. Okay, so for highlighter today, I'm gonna go into the Jaclyn Hill highlighter, and I have it in a new color. It's called Amped. The other one was super gold. This is supposed to be a rose goldy moment. So I figured it'd look cute today with a no shadow, a light little layer of blush, a light little layer. Highlighter is something that can get very out of control very quickly. I get out of control with the blush. I get out of control with the highlighter. I do not care. If you want to get out of control with the highlighter, do what makes you happy. Do what makes you thrive in life. Who are they to tell you that you can't over highlight and over blush and over contour and over brow and over lash, okay, and overline your lips? Who sent them? They can't tell you what to do with your life. It's your prerogative. It's your prerogative. You can do what you want to do. It's your prerogative. You can live your life. So since we're living lives out here, I'm just gonna put a little bit of more blush on. Blushing down. Blush down, Tiviana, Tiviana, blush down. I want to see you blush down. All right, I'm done. So for highlighter today, I'm just gonna focus it up here. Depending on the mood, depending on the day, depending on how I feel, depending on which man I'm gonna see that day, is where I decide to put my highlighter. So since my blush already had a little bit of highlight in it, I'm not gonna put it on my cheeks, which sometimes I do, sometimes I do, sometimes I do. Yes, apply it to the highest points. Jaclyn, it's a highlighter. With highlighter, you can always start with a little bit and build it up depending on how you feel. You might just want a subtle joint. If you want a subtle joint, don't get Jaclyn's because that's beaming. My name is Willie. Willie beaming. I keep the ladies screaming at all my girls. Screaming. Think you can catch me? You dreaming. Willie beaming. I'm only going to do that much because if I go overboard, it's a wrap, sis. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Maybe I'll go on with a little bit more. Highlighter is not for everybody. If you don't like highlighter, who are you? If you don't like highlighter, who am I to judge you? Do I pay your bills? Absolutely not. So if you want to wear highlighter, then wear it. If you don't want to wear highlighter, I wear a lot of highlighter on this channel, so you just be prepared to see me landing planes in this joint. Should I do my lips on camera today? Okay, sure. All right, I'm going into my ColourPop BFF 3 liner, and I'm overlining. This is called Flor by ColourPop. Como la flor. Yo, I need to be signed. At this juncture, at this particular point in time in life, somebody needs to sign me because I'm sick and tired of trying to tell y'all that my vocals is on point. Going into ColourPop and Makeup Shayla collab. This is the orange one. The tag fell off, so I forget what it's called. Going over that again with ColourPop and I See You. It is a ultra glossy lip, honey. Yeah. Whoa, whoa. Woo, smells good. One last spritz. I know. All right. I'm gonna come back with the finished look. And here you have it, guys, the finished look. Okay, so how are we looking? How are we looking? How are we looking? How are we looking? Ooh, we are snatched. We are bronzed. We are highlighted. The lash, the lip, the blush, the earrings, the puff, honey. Yes. This is a look. This is a look. This is a look. This is a look. So I hope you guys learned how to get a flawless base to set you up for a beautiful makeup application. Let's just reiterate. The first thing is skincare. Make sure you take care of your skin. Your base is only going to be as flawless as your skin. The next is clean tools. Make sure your tools are clean for each application. Not only is it sanitary, but it applies more beautifully, more seamlessly when your tools are clean. Third, make sure you pick the correct colors for your skin tone. Make sure you pick the correct foundation shade and undertone. Those are very important. Make sure you do that for your foundation as well as for your concealer. Make sure you place the products correctly. Look at your face type, look at your structure, and apply the products accordingly. Whether you have a wide face, a narrow face, a short face, a long face like me, whether you have a big old head, a big old noggin. And above all else, understand that makeup is meant to be fun. Experiment with it. If something doesn't look right, guess what? You can take it off. It is not something that is permanent. You can take it off. You can try again. Try as many times as you need to. Rewind this video as many times as you need to. And if you guys have any further questions or any other things that you'd like to know as far as complexion is concerned, let me know. I'll definitely answer it below. A brow tutorial is definitely coming. It's definitely coming. So make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell so you know every single time I upload. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really, truly, humbly appreciate all of your support. And ladies and gentlemen, I will see you in the next one. I'm going on a date. Chill. I look good.